The most fascinating example of how what we talk about with Silent Sam, you know, who's from 1913, about forgetting and all that. This statue was the gift of the class of 1985. So this was the gift of the class of 85, and you'll see that everybody has a book, or some books. This was designed to celebrate Davis Library. Davis was brand new at that point. It was the gift, and the students and the administration said, we need something to memorialize the love of books and the student body. That's the name of the statue, is the student body. It was commissioned. It took 5 years to get the money. So this statue came up. It was unveiled in October of 1990. And within one day, a new student organization was created called Chaos. That's why I asked. I need to meet some Chaos members because I want to interview them. Now, if you're really old like me, you remember Get Smart, and their group was, they had Chaos, who was the group that was opposed to their side. But Chaos stood for Community Against Offensive Statues. It was my favorite student organization name, and we've had some good ones. But Chaos, she was one of the featured players because it's obviously a black woman. The artist intended her to be black, and she's not reading a book or having a book read to her like the white woman, or carrying it, or going off to write her dissertation. She is showing the poise and grace that black women have. That's what the artist actually said when confronted. But you'll also notice that it's an unbalanced statue. Why? Because if you were here in 1990 or 1991, it actually looks like this.
The basketball.
Because the black woman is not reading a book. You can pass her that. She's not reading a book. She's balancing. He is balancing a ball on his finger and carrying a book under his arm. When confronted with this, this statue was never dedicated. It was never had an official unveiling because it was such a disaster from moment one. First, you had Chaos, which was protesting. The BSM had its members come and sit all around reading their chemistry, philosophy, and math books, proving that you don't just balance basketballs. If you look under that picture, there's a photo of what happened to the basketball player. He got knocked over at Christmas time. And I think there's another picture under there of the black ink editorial cartoon that I really liked because it's saying this is what we are presented as on the campus. Because where this, as you can go to the tailgate from here, as we pass Davis Library, you'll see the artifact. If you are on campus, you may have always wondered, what's that brick little courtyard doing there with the dead tree in it? That was where the statue originally was.
Wow.
The chancellor and the grounds committee finally decided to have him fixed. He was fixed, recast, his basketball was put back on his finger, and the whole statue was moved here and hidden behind these bushes. These bushes usually are much taller than this. But as you asked, does anybody know where he is? No. Was he stolen, or did the university just tuck him away? We don't know. But the other one that's missing, you'll see, I mean, it was here fairly recently. There's the bolt. Well, recently, not in the past 8 years, I know. He disappeared somewhere. But she is the Asian violinist. So we had the Asian violinist. Yeah, I had an Asian student on one of my tours, and she said if she'd only had an abacus, it would have been perfect. I'll bet the artist wished she'd thought of that. But as you can imagine, this just created a great deal of dissension because where the statue was, we'll pass on the way out, was between Davis, Lenore, and right in front of the student stores and the student union. So every single time you passed her, and this goes back.
The message is you don't study, you play basketball.
But when you look at it, I mean, right.
So they replaced backpack with...
No, backpack.
Well, but this is over there, right? They didn't put it back in its original configuration.
This is when it was out.
But what's really ironic, if you